What's up, people? Alchemy here, episode 5 of the vlog series. I'm out here in Hackney, East London it is, in London Fields. A place that I haven't been to before. I know I've said that a few times already in my previous videos, but is what it is. I like traveling, exploring different parts of the city. And this is somewhere that I haven't been to before. So it looks interesting on the map, so I thought, let me check it out. Quite a big park. The last park I went to that reminds me of this sort of park is Richmond Park, which is significantly bigger than this one. But even still, it was a nice place to come because I'm actually fairly close to the bar that I'm going to be performing at in 2 weeks' time, the Moustache Bar. So I thought, let me pay a visit in Hackney, London Fields it is. Give you a bit of update and fill you in for what's happening with me in terms of my songs, recent posts. Before I do that though, I want to say rest in peace to those that lost their life in the Indian or the Air India plane crash last month. Following on from that, rest in peace to the famous footballer Diego Jota, passed away in a car crash. Following on from that, I thought it relates to one of the songs that I recently dropped. Well, not recently, but last year it was, this time last year roughly, I dropped my EP, Rekindle Growth, and I got one song in there called You Gave Me, where in that song I just speak about the omnipotence of the God, God, and I feel that it's very important to pay homage to him. If I hadn't paid homage to him, I don't think I'll be where I am in terms of showcasing all of this consistency and action that I'm taking and making these videos, dropping songs on a regular basis. So I pay homage to him, big up to the God, gave me the strength to do what I do. And I feel it's important to really just acknowledge his greatness, and that inspired me to make that song You Gave Me. So if you haven't heard of You Gave Me, check it out. It's out on all major platforms. As I said, I speak about the omnipotence of the God, how he's great, all of the good things that he's done for me, how he's inspired me to do what I do. So I feel that is essential because we don't know when our time's gonna end. Life is unpredictable, and the way I introduced the tragic events of this vlog, those events that I introduced, it just sums up how life is unpredictable. You don't know when the time's up. I don't know when my time's up. And also knowing that, it gave me that urgency to do what I do. And it also gave me the apathy to not really care what the next man is thinking about me. I'm not bothered. People are gonna like it, people are not gonna like it, people are gonna hate, people are gonna be in the middle where they're gonna be like, yeah, it is what it is, not really showing that much attention and interest, but it is what it is. I mean, look at all these people here. There's hundreds of people. If I zoom in, you'll really get to see those in the background, but there's so many people here. I thought, let me just take or film in a quiet spot, because then that gives me allows you to really isolate the focus on what I'm saying as opposed to what anyone else is doing in the background. But yeah, like following on from a word that I like a lot, and that's apathy. When you're not caring what other people are thinking of you. You've got no interest in what other people think about you, and that's something that I feel is important. The good side of apathy can be very bad, obviously. I'm not gonna give examples of the bad side of apathy, but the good side of apathy, not caring what people think for certain things, that is a very important skill. And the certain things include making videos, performing on the streets, performing in venues, doing things that the average person wouldn't do, going the extra mile. That all requires apathy, and that is something that I really wanted to just talk about in this vlog, in this video. I recently posted something on TikTok. It was actually me rapping and dissing the youth. When I say the youth, I'm not talking about every youth. I'm talking about a select few individuals that are youngsters. You know, I've worked in many schools over the years as a teacher of sport, and I thought it was quite poor and really showing a lack of morals that a lot of these youngsters think it's all right to attack what I'm doing, and I just felt that there's no way I'm not gonna respond to that. Hence I dropped that diss rap. You know, it's a short one. It's only about 40 seconds long, if that. You know, it's less than 16 bars, but I was very concise in it, and therefore I didn't need to be making a long 1, 2, 3 minute track, you know, just to respond. It's just a couple of bars just to sum up the disrespect that a lot of these kids show. It ain't gonna go further than that. I said what I needed to say, and I put them in their place. I'm not someone that normally retaliates to things like this, but as I said, when it's getting out of hand, when it's on my TikTok, you've got kids that are trying to really undermine what I do. A lot of the times not even talk about the music, more just throwing digs about myself. Some of them personal comments as well. Like, it ain't gonna go far. Like, I'm not gonna allow that to happen without me doing anything in return. But as I said, that's the furthest it will go. I got no interest in entertaining that any further. I said what I needed to say in the rap that I posted on TikTok, and also on Instagram and all the other platforms. I posted it. I said what I needed to say. I said what was on my mind. You know, feel free to check it out. You know, could I have gone even harsher on them? Absolutely. You know, I've got battle rap elements in me. You know, I will regard myself a hardcore rapper, so I could have easily gone even harder on them. You know, would I regard it as a diss? Yeah, but I didn't go super hard on them, and I don't think it's necessary to do so. I just wanted to say what I needed to say, and that was it. It just ends there, really. But yeah, if you want to check it out, you can check it out. I also touched on the disrespect from these individuals in my recent song Rise With Me in verse 2. You know, I touched on it as well in my previous vlog 4, episode 4, when I was in Guildford. And that was that. Like, with me, I embrace the fact of making songs about things that go on in my life. So it was important for me to touch on that and to just summarize the recent events that have happened whilst I've been working in schools as a teacher. And I feel that knowing that I rap as well, that's not something I can keep quiet. It's too big of a passion of mine, and also it actually inspires a lot of the youth as well. You know, I don't want this video to be all about me being negative towards the youth. Absolutely not. You know, I do like working with the youth, especially when I'm integrating my music with certain topics that they're maybe learning at school. You know, it definitely is a very fulfilling job for me. But as I said, the diss rap was more targeting a select few individuals, and you know, because I worked in quite a lot of schools, a select few from each school actually ends up being it could be about, you could say maybe 10 in each school, you know. That could be how many haters I've built in each school. You could say 10 haters in each school I've worked at, and if I've worked at what, 7, 8 schools, sorry, over the last 4, 5, 6 years, then that's a lot of haters, you know. But it is what it is. Am I hurt by it? Nah, not at all. You know, that's all it is, and it ends there, really, you know. Negative comments aren't nice, but at the end of the day, it's something that you gotta just follow through with and just brush aside as a creator. It's just the way it is. Yeah, it's not the best thing to hear when people are throwing digs at you, but is what it is. I would compare it to like getting stung by a little insect. That's all it is, you know, a little sting here and there. Yeah, that's all it is. It's not a puncher. It's not like a knife through the chest. Absolutely not. You know, it's just a little sting here and there. You know, and that's something that is, and I've got the strength to easily withstand that. You know, especially with the God giving me that power to ride any level of negativity. So that's that. But now I'm here in Hackney anyway because I'm looking to do a performance on the street. You know, I parked the car just down the road from here. Yeah, and I thought, let me just absorb the lovely atmosphere that this park is providing me with before I go out there and perform about 6-7 songs today in Hackney. So that's that. But before I pause the video to actually video the next phase of this vlog, where I'll be performing on the streets, I thought, let me just take you through the park, you know, just briefly, and then I can start showing you the tunes. Yeah, so it's now 3:30 and I still haven't performed yet. So I've got to get it moving quickly. People enjoying the sun over there on the left. In the open field. Imagine that. Beaming sunshine shining down on their backs. And just where I'm walking towards now, we're gonna see a cricket match going on. It's amazing how people just take advantage of the sun, from wearing thick clothes to going completely topless. So, on that note, the reason why I put the SPF sun cream factor 50 on the other day, yesterday, which was even warmer than today. Today's the 13th of July. And that is that.
Definitely stay on my path to for my statement. And as I've taken the plunge in this field, there's no regrets, but I've been doing what I feel. Follow the route that the mind builds, trust in the self, it's time to bring it in line for real. Organization, I make sure it's intact still. It comes from the daily regime I fulfill. I'm spitting the lyrics, the hole in the pen. The lack of is all that matters, but you shit that wins. Cause when it's in the hand, everything just comes alive. Impulses from the brain, shooting, produce killer lines. If my pen was alive, speaking to me, saying hi. Alchemy slow, now you're killing me with these constant lines, constant rhymes. And richer bars, and the flow is nice. Too much pressure on the two, think he's not gonna survive. So I store more than a dozen under the bed at night. That's me living old school, bringing the best, absolute vibes. And these are the things that I'm saying. Everlasting love for the game, that ain't a make bear. And I go hard, that's just the basics. Definitely stay on my path, so from my statements. And these are the things that I'm saying. Everlasting love for the game, that ain't a make bear. And I go hard, that's just the basics. Definitely stay on my path, so from my statements. I was called I'm saying. Just there, man.
All the time, pretty much, yeah. I tried to change the location that I'm based at. And
what makes you want to come out and rap? What makes you come out to rap?
The passion I have for it, and it's to be able to promote the music. It's a great way to promote the music, you know, yeah. Nothing's better than live entertainment, capturing someone in a live performance atmosphere. As opposed to just, you know, posting it on the internet. It doesn't really hit them as much when it's live. So, and it's just enjoying it at the same time. Also because I've got a lot of big shows coming up as well. I've got a big show in 2 weeks in, not far from here actually. You know the Moustache Bar?
Busking.
Yeah, it's only about a mile away from here.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah, there's a place called the Moustache Bar.
Moustache Bar.
Moustache Bar.
Do they have like
They've got a stage, yeah, it's a bar. They've got a big stage and a lot of rappers and yeah, some come from America to perform there. You know, it's not as big as the O2, but it's like, it's a smaller version.
it's a beginning?
Yeah.
To start out.
Exactly.
What was the name of the bar too?
Moustache, like you've got a moustache on.
Oh, Moustache Bar.
And then bar.
Okay. And Busking. Exactly. That's a good. Always remember Moustache.
Exactly. Easy to remember.
Easy to remember.
So special, yes I know.
Yes, I know you are the best thing that there really is. And nothing can never surpass what you really did. I'm talking about the depth of your work. Creation of the earth in 6 days that deserves more than praise or celebratory days, but rather infinite gratitude, I say. Without you there wouldn't even be bright days, let alone the breaths to breathe, cause the trees you made. Incredible, isn't it? So my hands stay high, frequently seeking to be the best of all kind. I stay precise when I talk about your size. Without you I would never have achieved things in my life. Like have my kids that are far greater than a dime. Like have a circle of people that are on my side. Like being aware of energies of life, the good and the bad and the middle, various types.
You gave me strength to reach towards my path, build up my life. Yes, you stay on my mind. And I am grateful for your greatness. You lift up my soul. So special, yes I know.
Alchemy, you gave me. From the EP Rekindle Growth, dropped that last year. The artist is Alchemy, featuring Philly Petit.
Make the lady come in with you. That's really good how you made
Came in, yeah?
Yeah.
It's just like, done a studio session together, she jumped in.
You've done it before already.
Yeah, exactly.
So you
So
got the
recorded.
music.
Her verse, I saved in my instrumental. Because this was just an instrumental. Instrumental was just the melody. And then I'm rapping.
Rapping.
Now, currently, just live, but I saved her lyrics in there.
Okay.
That's all it is, yeah.
For about the learning matter, like techniques to shoot a border, surpass the ladder. Just know that I have the answer and absolutely hit the nail on the head standard. Yeah. Just know that history don't lie. I've done it in different forms to open up their eyes. And and that's the rap that give me pride. I regularly display songs that make me rise, and it just resonates alike to peeps getting lifted up from the sound of mine. And it's a certainty I write, reflection of the passion that's forever inside. This is the rap that you hear, this is the rap that'll reveal how I build. I ain't a man for no bills, I stay on top like the signs of a mill. This is the rap that you hear, this is the rap that'll reveal how I build. I ain't a man for no bills, I stay on top like the signs of a mill. Size of a meal, I said the size of a meal. Think the beginning of my rap, this is just putting me from way back. But I'm making hits as I make tracks. Cycle is heat, the cycle of my rap. This ain't the beginning of my rap, this is just putting me from way back. But I'm making hits as I make tracks. Cycle is heat, the cycle of my rap. Destiny of mine, destiny is great. I'm feeling alive as long as I'm rapping on top of the stage. Nothing better than releasing the lyrics I made. Get it off my chest, watch the whole crowd scream my name. That's the way that I'm heading, the way I make the way so large when it comes to the lyrics made. I embrace to say what I want cause the taste is great. In itself is flooded with riches, so yeah, I know my place, not my name. Alchemy, so the albums I made, coming in the purest form along with what I create. I'm attached to all of the rare potions I make, putting things together, binding as one, go to the stage. So now you notice the processes that I demonstrate. Now you recognize the energy that moves in my chain. Movement on display, carries of ascending say. Spectacular individual, check my record made. This ain't the beginning of my rap, this is just putting me from way back. But I'm making hits as I make tracks. Cycle is heat, the cycle of my rap. This ain't the beginning of my rap, this is just putting me from way back. But I'm making hits as I make tracks. Cycle is heat, the cycle of my rap.
So you saw me performing outside Hackney Central Station, finishing my performance not long ago. And yeah, I mean, it was a short performance. Unfortunately, I didn't perform anywhere near as long as I wanted to perform because I was working with a tight schedule. I had to meet the owner of the bar at the Moustache Bar at 4 p.m. And since I started performing at only 3:15, 3:30-ish, I had such a short window to work with when it came to my street performance. So had to cut it short. But regardless of that, it was good to be out there. I had one or two people engage with me with my music. Had one person really we were just taking my contact, my social media channel, my links, and one or two others vibes into the tune, bopping their heads to it, to several tunes that I was performing. But that's it really. That ends my episode 4. Matter of fact, my episode 5 of the vlog series out in Hackney. Big up to all of you that are watching. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe, and take care of yourselves. Love.